Okay. So we're going to, the past 2 days we've spent studying Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. Okay. So today we're going to try to identify a little bit of the differences. So remember Rolle's theorem? We figured it out and we set the derivative equal to 0, right? But whereas in mean value theorem, we set the derivative equal to the slope. That's really the huge difference, okay? In both functions, both theorems, we had to have something that was continuous and differentiable. All right, so that's kind of the first thing we check for, is to make sure that it is continuous and differentiable every time. So we're going to determine whether the hypothesis of the mean value theorem or the Rolle's theorem is satisfied, and if it is, find C. If not, tell why. Okay, so first thing we have to do is decide if it's a continuous function. So is an x squared function a continuous function? Yes. Okay, so we know that that for sure is true. Can we take the derivative of an x squared function? Yes. So we know that it's continuous. We know that it's differentiable. So those two conditions have been met. The next thing we do, and I do this more for the Rolles than for the mean value, but we need it for the mean value too, is we input the endpoints, all right? And we see if they come out to be equal, because if they're equal, it's Rolles. Or we see if they come out to be, if they come out to be not equal. If it's not equal, we apply the mean value theorem to it, okay? So I'm going to do f of -4 and f of 3. So we're plugging that into our original function. So -4 squared minus 4 minus 12. So what's -4 squared? 16, isn't it? Minus 16. So what's my answer on that one? 0. Okay. All right, let's see. What's 3 squared? I could do that in my head, couldn't I? 9 plus 3 minus 12? 0 again. So which one are we going? We know that f of -4 equals f of 3, right? So is that Rolle's or is it mean value? And for your purpose today, I would probably write it down, okay, that you're going to use Rolle's theorem. All right, so you know in your head which one you're working on, okay? So for Rolle's theorem, we learned that we take the derivative and set it equal to 0, and that gets us the C, okay? So I need to take the derivative of the original. What's the derivative of the original? 2x plus 1. And what am I supposed to set it equal to? 0. We always set Rolle's equal to 0. Okay? So 2x equals what? -1. X equals -1/2. So really, and we know that really x is C. All right, let's try example 2. Okay, we're going to determine again if it's mean value or Rolle's. So first thing I need to know, is it continuous? Yeah, it's a squared function. Is it differentiable? Yeah, okay, we don't have anything goofy, nothing weird in the bottom. We're good. Okay, so I am going to input my endpoints. So f of 1, -1, and f of 0. So I put what's -1 squared? 1. Minus -1 is going to end up being what? 2. And then 0 squared is? 0 minus 0 is going to be 0. So is it mean value or is it Rolle's? It's got to be mean value theorem, okay? So it's MVT. That's what we're going to use for that one. So in mean value theorem, we have to take the derivative and set it equal to the slope. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to calculate my slope first. Okay? So how do I get my y values for my slope? Look, didn't I do that already? We've already done half the work right there by solving those. So what is, let's see, I know I've got the point -1, 2, and then I've got the point 0, 0. So what are you going to use for your y's? 0 minus 2. Okay. Could I have done 2 minus 0? Yeah, you just have to make sure you keep the x value with the right y value. Okay. So if I started with 0, what do I have to start with for the x values? 0 minus what? -1. Double negative is going to go what? Positive. So I've got -2/1, or just -2. So now I have to take the derivative and set it equal to the slope. So what's the derivative of the original function? 2x minus 1. What are we going to set that equal to? -2. Okay. All right. And we're going to go ahead and move the -1 over. What do we get? I get -1. What do I need to do to get the x to the, or the 2 to the other side? Divide. And we know that the c value is really that x value that we solved for. Okay. All right. So here's what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to make, I'm going to give you about 2 or 3 minutes. I want you to try both example 3 and example 4. So you're going to do 3 and 4 and determine whether it's Rolles or mean value. Okay, so everybody's going to try that right now. Make sure you try both 3 and 4. Be about 30 more seconds to get as far as you can on those. let's take a look at this. So, so everybody go back to your example 3 and let's look at it together. Is the f continuous? Is it differentiable? Yes. Okay, so we've answered those 2 questions. Even though we don't write it down, we probably should, but we didn't write it down. We always want to ask those 2 questions in our head because we might hit one that's not. Okay? So I've got to evaluate at the endpoints. So f of -1 and f of 2. So what is -1 squared? Minus -1 minus 2 is going to be what? Good. All right. 2 squared. 4 minus 2 is going to be? Okay, so which one applies here? This one is Rolles. Good job. All right, so Rolles says what do you have to do next? Derivative. Okay, so what's the derivative of the original? Good, and what do we have to do with that? Set it equal to 0, so 2x equals x equals. I don't know why all the answers are 1/2 today. They just are. Okay, just on those 2. All right, so that one wasn't so bad. Let's look at the next one. So, is a 4th power continuous? Is it differentiable? Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to plug in my endpoints. So I've got f of 0 to the 4th and f of 2 to the 4th. Okay, so what is 0 to the 4th power? 0. What's 2 to the 4th power? 16. Good. So which one is it? Mean value theorem, MVT. Okay. So f prime of the function is going to be what? 4x cubed. What do I have to set? Oh, I didn't calculate the slope, did I? All right, so how do I calculate the slope? 16 minus 0 over 2 minus 0, which is 8. Okay, so what do I set this derivative equal to? 8. Divide by 4, what do you get? 2. Cubed root both sides. So x is equal to, or c is equal to cubed root of 2. Okay? No, on an odd root, we don't do plus or minus. We only do an odd on even root. Okay? All right. The next one. So determine whether the mean value theorem or Rolles is satisfied. If not, tell why. Okay? Is it continuous?
No.
Where is it discontinuous?
At zero?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Because the vertical asymptote.
Yep. So at x equals 0, there's a vertical asymptote. What if I change the interval? What if I said 1 to 5? Now is it continuous?
Yes.
Now it is, okay? But it's because of the interval that was chosen for us that the vertical asymptote makes it discontinuous. So we have to say on this one, discontinuous at x equals 0. So MVT and Rolles do not apply. Okay? Short and sweet today, right? That is it. All right.